of my life. I'm back. Well, I'm kind of back. But before anything else, I want to say the biggest thank you for the incredible wave of love and support that we've all received over the last few days. The messages that have reached us through so many different avenues have been, I guess, like a big warm blanket wrapped around me, Tamara and Bailey over the last few days, and I can't begin to tell you how much that has meant to all of us. As many of you know, our lovely mum passed away earlier this week. It was sudden, it was brutal, and it was absolutely heartbreaking. But the kindness from our community, this community, our Friesian family, has really helped soften that shock, and for that we're really, really grateful. I'm filming this from Mum's little cottage garden, a space that she and Tamara have been quietly and lovingly developing for several years now. It's full of really beautiful plants and flowers that I'm not going to pretend to know the names of, but Mum chose and nurtured them all. And because of that, it's become one of the most peaceful corners of the farm. Mum loved her gardening. She put so much care into this little space behind her cottage and the main farmhouse garden over the years. They're so special to her. The birds were also hugely important to her, so she always made sure that there were feeders around, and she loved watching the birds, from the tiny little songbirds to the noisy woodpeckers and even the visiting pheasants. They brought her real happiness. And if you listen closely to a lot of our videos, you'll often hear them in the background, and that was a sound that she just adored. So Tamara, Bailey and I are trying to take a couple of days really just to step back, just the three of us, to begin processing everything, to work through the immediate emotions, as well as have the conversations with the various different people, and to begin putting the funeral arrangements into place. And yet, obviously, the world doesn't pause, does it? You know, the horses still need care every single day, work continues on the farm, and somehow life has to go on. And thanks to our small but very mighty little team, that's been possible. Jodie, Frey, Lisa and our volunteers have stepped up in ways that I will never ever forget. In fact, last weekend's Friendship Day was the first event here ever that I haven't been a part of, and that alone shows the strength and the love that surrounds us here at the farm. I'm going to be sharing a bit of raw footage later in this video, which I was in two minds about whether to do. A couple of moments over the last few days that shows some of the emotions that Tamara and I have been moving through. It obviously didn't feel right to film too much, especially not of Mum, who was a very proud lady and who spent her last few days in circumstances that no one should ever have to endure. Though the nurses did their best, there was little dignity left by the end, and over a weekend when palliative care simply isn't available, which is something that really needs to change, it wasn't good. But this isn't a video about that. This is a video about gratitude, about the people who've helped to keep things going and how we go forward, you know, gently, honestly, while making sure that the horses continue to receive all the care and love that they need, and that we as a family take the time to honour Mum properly. Now, I have had to block out some time in the diary over the next few weeks to create some space for practical things and healing time. Lisa and Vince heading away for a month now, and our workaway Fran and Jason having to leave a little earlier than planned. We're going to be running with a much smaller team for the next few weeks. Now, obviously, we're still going to honour the bookings we have, of course, because the horses need their visitors as much as anything. But we do ask for your patience as we keep the schedule of dates available a little bit quieter than usual. We haven't yet had the chance to interview for a new member of the team, and that's really not something that we want to rush into. I do want to give a particular shout out to Frey, who has kept you all connected to the horses throughout all of this with her wonderful, wonderful videos. She's also taken a huge weight off my shoulders with admin, emails, and just making sure that I'm kept in the loop on everything that I need to know. So Frey, thank you. I really couldn't have done this week. None of us could have done this last week without you. So to all of you, I hope you'll stay with us and help us find our way through this moment in time. The rest of today's video is going to share some of those raw moments from the last few days, capturing some of that emotion, but it also does include some lovely horse videos, a little bit of an update that I hope will help lift your hearts as well. One of those is Neeka, who many of you know has been recovering from rotation of her pedal bone. And thanks to one of our wonderful supporters pointing us in the right direction, we were introduced to a local company actually called Urban Horse, who've helped us find the best boots to support Neeka's recovery. And Chris has been fitting them today. So I'm going to share a video of that Frey's managed to get of that whole process going on, and we'll obviously keep you up to date with how she gets on. We're obviously beginning to plan Mum's funeral. She's going to be held, sorry, it's quite windy today. Her funeral is going to be held on the 9th of July, a date that many of you will remember is the anniversary of Greenbank Farm coming into our family. It's also the date that we lost our wonderful teddy bear and the date that we were due to run his quilt raffle. So I'm going to reschedule that now, and I'll let everyone know the date as soon as I can. Can I also say a big thank you to those who've asked if you can make a contribution in memory of Mum, and to those who already have through our PayPal link. We've said that any donations received for her will go towards planting a weeping willow tree in our conservation area alongside the memorial orchard, which is something both Mum and Dad had wanted. And in time, that's where they're going to rest together beneath the branches of the willow tree in the quiet space that's been sectioned off and dedicated to nature. Anyway, so please do enjoy the rest of today's video. There's still so much to enjoy. There's so much strength here at the farm, just in the everyday life, even in the midst of all the grief that's going on. But thank you again from all of us for walking beside us and the horses, and we'll be back with more from our lives and theirs very soon. Oh, it's a sleepy morning for the boys. Hannes is up. Oh, Uber's just about up. Iceman just wants to stay in bed. There we go. The thought of food soon gets them out. Are you first for breakfast this morning, Angel? Oh, he says I'm not in a hurry though. Look at that beautiful face. Hello, handsome. Hello. He's your beautiful boy. Here comes the swagger jagger. Uber, who I always call Mick Jagger. Frey calls Weirdo. They get all sorts of names. Look at that swagger. Now you're going to photobomb, Hannes. Hello. And then the ice cool dude himself. Iceman. Would you all like some breakfast? As for the girlies this morning, they're not in bed, but they are in their favourite spot, up by the wall. Oh, and even Inna's not running this morning. Oh my goodness, you all had a tough night. Are you coming for breakfast? No, they're just going to stand and look beautiful. Inna's bound to be the first one to go. Surely. No, it's really not happening this morning. Oh, is there some movement? It looks like Inna on the move. Yay! Inna leads the way. Followed by Mai. And Doutson's thinking about it. Hello, Skillian. Hello, pretty girl. Hello. Yours is over there in the peach-coloured bowl. No, that's not yours. Here we go, Mai. You're in green. Doutson's coming. Oh, Inna, where are you going now? Go to the right bowl, because that's Doutson's. You know that Doutson's yellow. She's even got her yellow bananas in there this morning. There we go, Dow Dow. Hello. It's the Yodel. It's your birthday this week, my darling. Yeah. Look, I bought your mid-morning snacks. And Hoitzy, you've got a stable stay tonight. He's like, get out the way, Yodel. They're for me. I do have more, so you can share them. What have you done with Mr. Jubbers? Just come up to find the little guy, and I've noticed they've managed to knock their wall down. So I don't know who the culprit was, Jolanda or Hoitzer. Ah, Neil, we need you to come and fix another wall. It's very, very wet and horrible today, but Yoda's about to have her early birthday celebration in the Friendship Barn, so she's had a bit of a bath this morning. We've brought Nero in. Now Diane and Jodie are bringing Ren and Neeka noodles in. So you can see she's walking a little bit better. She's still sore. But I've been emailing the company today about getting her some really good support boots. So hopefully they'll be with her very soon. Right, come on, Yodel, you're going to come in the Friendship Barn. Not the best mornings here. Poor Mum was really struggling last night. And although she was due back at the hospital this morning, she really couldn't move. So fabulous ambulance team have been along. They've got her a little bit more compos mentis. And we're just about to head down to the hospital. You've got a nice little birthday treat there, Annie. Yeah. Extra apples and bananas. Oh, have you sung happy birthday to her?
Oh, is it her birthday?
It is her birthday.
Happy birthday to you. Happy birthday to you. Happy birthday, dear big black horse.
Yolanda.
Yolanda. Happy birthday to you.
Oh, you've made her day.
I don't think so somehow. She doesn't look impressed with it. Oh, you...
Oh, she's very impressed with your paintwork.
Yeah, good.
So much so that she's trumping.
Yeah.
Yodel, don't lean against it. It's actually Saturday today, and it's the day of our second friendship days. I can't actually talk because Tamara and I both been...
Haven't had any sleep.
No, we've been in the hospital with Mum all night because we were given the impression that it was...
The end.
Yeah. I'm pleased to say that Mum is still with us. She's a tough old cookie.
Yeah,
We'll give her that.
She really is.
Yeah,
Isn't she?
she really is. Yeah, there are multiple things going on. But, you know, the team are back home. They've gone ahead with the Friendship Day. Absolutely amazing team and volunteers. So we hope everybody is having lots of Friesian smiles and lots of fun there today. We're going to obviously stay with Mum for as long as we need to.
Yeah.
Because we can catch up on sleep whenever, can't we?
Exactly.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So we're just going to pop out, go and get a nice tasty coffee, bit of caffeine, something to eat.
I'm not having caffeine.
You're not having
No.
caffeine.
No.
Mum's just had a clean up. She actually did eat something this morning, which is the first time in a few days. So she's
4
having...
days.
Yeah.
Maybe
Well, she
5.
had a tiny bit of sausage
Oh, she did.
the day before
Yeah.
yesterday. So yeah, she's having a sleep now. So we'll go back and see her shortly.
Yeah.
I don't really know whether it feels right to video, but I'm going to anyway. Tonight's been absolutely brutal. It's the end of the day. Well, it's the end of the day. I think it's the early hours of the morning. After our Friendship Day back at the farm, and I've been in with Mum while Tamara's been trying to catch up with some sleep. I just couldn't settle. And yeah, that's all I can say really. Absolutely brutal. You know, to be dealing with somebody with Alzheimer's who's scared, confused, uncomfortable, cannot settle for a second and requires 24/7 supervision to stop them doing silly things is draining. And when you've had no sleep in, I suppose, over 40 hours, it is a little challenging. So, as I say, I don't even know whether I should be videoing because, you know, our channel's all about lovely stuff and, you know, sharing the horses and sharing our lives, but equally sharing the ups and downs. And having lost one parent already in a really bad situation at a hospital that went on and on and on unnecessarily, we don't want to be going through the same with Mum. She doesn't want it. But my God, she's a tough cookie. She's a tough cookie. But you know, when you know that somebody's actually not going to get better, and it opens up a whole can of worms about, you know, what's the right thing to do. And obviously, you know, is this right to say, if she were a horse, would you put her through all the suffering? No, you wouldn't. And I'm not saying that I want my mother put down, because that sounds shocking, but when you've got somebody who's lying there, who clearly doesn't want to be here anymore, and there's so much anger and frustration and confusion and discomfort, how long can you sit and watch them suffer? You can't do anything about it, obviously you can't, but yeah, how many of us out there never ever want to get to that point? Some people want to just keep fighting. Anyway, I thought I'd share my thoughts. I also walked out and I read a beautiful message from somebody who'd been at the Friendship Day today and was so inspired by what it is we've created there and how the whole team made it a really, really special day for all the horses and all the visitors. Anyway, I'm in the car. I'm off to go and pick Tamara up so that we can share the load over the next remaining hours of tonight and into tomorrow. And I'm hoping the nurses have said that they're going to keep an eye on Mum now, and I'm hoping that by the time we get back that she's a little bit more settled than when she was when I had to walk out just now. I did think it was actually quite important to share that message, as it really did hit home for me. It came from George, who many of you know shares Sandy's beautiful pictures on our Facebook and Instagram with such gorgeous words. And it reminded me once again why we keep doing this, even when times are hard. George, thank you so much. And I thought it was so important to share that with everybody on here too. This is nice. Tamara, Bailey and me. It's the day after Mum left us and we spent the day together catching up with everyone on the yard as well. Tamara's been doing a lot of the organising with coroner's reports and all the things that need to be done, getting in touch with funeral directors. But we were just driving back and the boys were having a little run around and they both came over and just wanted to say hello. So we've just had a little snuggle with them. That's Hunnis on the right. Over there, having a good scratch and an itch. And they're looking full of life and full of energy, but it is a little bit chilly today. But they look very content and happy. And then there's the little sheepies over there. And then we've got a little woodpecker who went to the vet himself this afternoon just for his little boosters. And we're just going to go back and see Millie now. And Bailey, you're looking after Millie now, aren't you?
Yes, she has become my child.
Yeah. And she's very happy she gets to sleep in your bed now.
Yeah. She snuggles up by my head.
Yeah. But she's missing Gran, isn't she?
We all are.
Yeah. Woody. He's standing with me, just appreciating the bird song and the beautiful views. So peaceful. What do you think, Woods? He says it's a long drop down there. There'd be lots of things to chase. This helps to find peace. So Neeka today has had these equine fusion hoof boots and comfort pads fitted on both her feet, very kindly done by Chris after he'd given her a trim. Freya kindly videoed it. I had actually thought that Chris had done this before, but it turns out that he hasn't fitted hoof boots before. But as he's the expert on feet, I wanted to leave it to him to do. And certainly looking at the video and watching her walk across the yard after she had them fitted, I certainly thought that she looked a lot more comfortable wearing these. So for tonight, we're leaving her in them. but we probably won't keep her in them 24/7 to start with, because it will take her a little while to break them in and make sure that they're not rubbing on the back of her heels.
I don't think it's infection, I think it's basically it soles that thin, it's proper feeling that.
So we're just figuring out how to do the pads. So Neeka has to stand on the pad and draw around her foot. So trying to get her foot on the right place.
It's two here,
Yeah.
not there, one there.
No, well, it needs to go that way, just
That way, yeah. Okay, yeah, that's it.
Bit more heel this side. Foot's not balanced anyway, is it, that way?
So you got one and a bit there, you got two there.
Yeah.
I don't know if we're being pedantic. Oh yeah, okay. Two there now.
That looks alright.
So draw it.
Yeah, that'll do.
Excuse me.
Then we
That
draw
looks
Oh,
right
yeah, you're
there.
right. Yeah, yeah, go
around
for it.
the outline of her foot. Then we cut it out and the pad goes in the boot.
It goes in there, doesn't it?
The pad's
got a recess
now
there.
in the boot.
Yeah. Yeah, that's good.
Good to go.
I would say so. It seems to fit perfect in there,
It
yeah.
does. Well, we only took a tiny bit off though, didn't we? So
Yeah, tiny.
will do.
Yeah.
So now the pad's in the boot, top of the boot, back on her foot.
She's good.
I think that bit goes on the outside. Seems alright there, doesn't it?
Yeah.
Seems comfy.
Yeah. Yeah, it's a bit of gap there and there.
Yeah. Brilliant.
Gorgeous.
Vince has done such a lovely job in here, painting the gate, painting the fencing, all with the same treatment that we put on the boys' shelter. And this will preserve all this wood for much longer. But what he's also done is painted the benches, and today the plaques arrived and he's got them on here. So we have here the Hoitzer bench. It says, "Where thoughts grow quiet and hearts unwind, whilst this gentle giant guards the peace you find. Rest here a while beneath the wide skies, and don't blame Mr. JB when Hoitzer lets one fly." And the Hoitzer bench is sponsored by Sandra Meeson, Tara Cone, Sally Crabtree and Pam Fox. Oh look, we've got Yodel in there munching away at the little mini hay bar that's been very kindly donated by Mary. Oh, little Woody has come to see what's going on. But round here we have the little Jubbers bench, and we've got 3 sponsors of Jubbers. So Mr. JB's bench says, "Where worries fade and stillness flows, while this wannabe Friesian strikes his pose. Rest here a while with this bold little gent, but guard your snacks or you'll wonder where they went. And Mr. JB's bench is sponsored once again by the wonderful Tara, by Pam Fox, and by Maria and Nick Pritchard. And I know that there'll be many people over the coming years, as well as Woody, who'll sit on these benches and just enjoy being in their company and enjoying the spectacular views across the valley here.
I wake up in the morning with a smile on my face, feeling thankful for the love and the happiness we chase. Sun is shining brightly, sky so blue and clear. With every breath I take, I'm grateful you are near. So grateful, yeah. Thank you for the laughter, thank you for the tears. Thank you for the moments that we hold dear. Thank you for the love, thank you for the light. I'm grateful